because, I mean, it's going to be the Great Arena, always. So jumping right into it, I'll see you guys in there.
Whoa, what? Wait.
Hello?
What?
Is this real?
Wait. Adëllah presses trinket by accident. Pointing that out. What is this extra bar above their head?
What
Is
extra
this new?
bar? I'm pretty sure it was because you YOLO downloaded the new add-on. Super.
This is confusing me.
I'm using the old one still.
Yeah, I am too.
I have 2 bars above everybody's head.
What does that mean? Dude, go back to
Pink?
the old one.
Everyone's bar is pink above their health bar.
No, there's just 2 paladins.
No. Every single person has a pink bar.
Okay, so this is weird. Is this the comp they normally play? Double Paladin Hunter? Is that what they're signed up as, or are they?
No, they have
like
multiple.
curveball here?
They have multiple healers in their team, so they
Yeah.
are throwing the curveball of destiny right now. Oh,
They're gonna have-
Paladins. Good choice.
Yeah, the Red Holy Paladin is gonna offer them a lot of blessings of protection. So they're gonna have a lot of ways to break stuns and kind of keep themselves safe.
hashtag 30-second forbearance, man.
Yeah, that used to not work because of the long forbearance cooldown, but now it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, Glorea getting pressured here, already popping his Avenging Wrath onto Velido, who's going to AMS immediately. 2 Fists of Justice come out. Omnivore has to trinket late now out of that. Asphyxiate onto the Law. They're trying to pressure Glorea back here as he pushes into the Shockwave. He's going to have to trinket out of that, and they're actually getting a lot of damage onto Adëllah, already dipping him to 50%. He's going to portal back onto the other side of the pillar and constantly kite between them. Recklessness out from Omnivore, Pillar of Frost out from Velido. They're trying to pressure Glorea, but Law is just answering it with his own Avenging Wrath. Now he's into the end cap, chunking Glorea even lower, 30% HP. It might even be a bubble saved by the light procs. Law is going to get bopped there out of the CC. The Blitz stun coming in. The Fist of Justice onto Adëllah. Possibly another Fist of Justice there onto Velido. Both of them kind of getting low here. This Ret Paladin Hunter damage is pretty substantial in the opener.
Yeah, and they haven't actually forced too much on Law. I mean, this Ret Holy Hunter team is still sitting kind of pretty. Velido forced into that AMS, taking a little bit of damage here, but for now it looks like both teams are pretty safe. I mean, Adëllah still has his cocoon, life cocoon, and trinket available. Adëllah does get full trap there. It looks like they are going to be hitting Velido, who doesn't have that AMS, but he's really not taking too much damage at all. And it looks like no team is really under that much pressure right now. Adëllah getting hodged and forcing the life cocoon on him. He's just going to preemptively life cocoon that damage and safely roll behind the pillar.
Yeah, end cap on the Law. That's going to force Glorea's bubble at 30%. He doesn't want to go into that execute range. Omnivore finally canceling the Blade Storm. Going to be pressuring Law now. He has to use the Aura Mastery to get some heals to top his team off. He's still getting pressured hard with this Pillar of Frost. The shield wall has to come out as a result. He's trying to go for some denounces now as they switch back onto Glorea. It's going to be effective, and I believe Omnivore ate a trap there for Adëllah. Maybe not. It's going to be a good cross CC with the full fist onto Adëllah. No Nimble Brew. He's choosing not to trinket this. 40% HP as a result. Pops the on use trinket. Chi torpedoes across to try and run away. He's still pretty low here. He has this portal available, but if he gets locked out, no, he'll still be able to portal, I believe, even if he's locked out now. 80% HP. He's going to just kite behind the pillar. Glorea's having a hard time catching up. Law pops his Avenging Wrath to heal some of the damage of Velido and Omnivore. The AMS being popped here to try and mitigate the wings here from Glorea. He wants to connect onto Adëllah, I believe, but Adëllah's just hiding in the back line. He's got the Aura Master going to heal up Velido. Now the full trap onto Adëllah, though. Velido completely alone, uses the Death Pact to top himself, though. Now the Asphyxiate into Law. He's going to trinket that immediately to keep Glorea topped, and they're going over to Adëllah with the full fist. He's going to life cocoon immediately. A fear onto Inviable. Glorea getting chunked. The double shockwave landing, 30% HP, but wow, that was a big execution sentence to top him off. He's kind of getting shredded through it, though. Recklessness out from Omnivore. Adëllah's managed to kite away, but his mana is starting to hurt.
Yeah, he's going for those manatees right now. I'm not sure how many stacks he has, but it looks like he's almost done. I mean, he doesn't have that many manatee left. The damage his team is going to be taking is going to drastically go down now that Glorea doesn't have his wings. Velido taking a little bit of damage, just going to AMS to sort of prevent a little bit of damage, though. Adëllah going into the Hodge, and it looks like they are going to swap onto him. He's just going to Nimble Brew and use 2 Chi torpedoes to get safely away from their team. Glorea taking a little bit of damage. The bop coming out onto Law. And Glorea still has 1 bop available, but he's in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, Law pops his wings, and Gloria's going to have to bop himself. He's going to get topped with Law's wings, but that was some good cooldown forces by this TSG.
Yeah, Avenging Wrath is up on Law right now. He's trying to play catch up on Glorea at 50% HP. He's going to be able to for now, but now into the Asphyxiate, he freedoms that to try and reduce the amount of CC. Fist of Justice onto Adëllah. He's going to get topped off immediately from the execution sentence. Velido still has that Pillar of Frost running, though. He's trying to get offensive with the AMS, so he can't be CC'd. Adëllah getting kind of chunked here. Chi torpedoes away. Leg sweep onto Glorea. He should be all right, though, with Law and not in any CC. Adëllah doing a good job kiting so far. At 22% mana, it seems like we're going to be going into dampening in this matchup. Glorea still being pressured. Doesn't have that bubble available. No wall for 6 seconds if they can get some CC on the Law. Into the charge stone. The full fear landing. Does Glorea have a bop? It doesn't seem like he does. Law's going to have to bubble to get out of that fear to keep Glorea going, as he doesn't have his own bubble. 2 sacrifices still available, but they're not going to do a lot from Glorea's perspective. The Soul Reaper is up. Mortal Strike's going to connect, 50% HP. Not dipping into that execute range just yet. Still hovering at around 50% loss. Mana is finally being taxed, though, healing through this damage that Velido and Omnivore have been outputting. Still just not able to get him above 50%.
The Hodge coming out onto Adëllah, the wings out from Glorea, immediately going to be answered with that Monk Bubble, but they're just going to break through it immediately. He's going to have to kite away from his port and port away. The Rallying Cry does come up. He does manage to port behind the pillar. He will be okay for now. He might be able to top himself, but he's not out of the woods. Glorea still has his wings for a couple more seconds. Law popping his wings, trying to keep his team topped and offensive. And this Monk TSG is just rotting, and Adëllah's mana is going to be a serious issue here soon.
Yeah, Omnivore threw out his regen there to try and help Adëllah heal because his mana is so tapped. But he gets fisted in the center between the pillars. Omnivore trying to counter pressure with Recklessness, and Adëllah's pushing in for the in cap on the Law. Still no bubble for 1 minute on Glorea if they can pressure him. He does get Death Grip off of Adëllah as well. He should be able to portal away the Recklessness Bladestorm now connecting, but Law still had his Avenging Wrath to heal through the remaining amount of damage. Both healers starting to run low on mana at 20 and 10%, and somehow Adëllah has managed to pass Law on mana, and they're going to swap to him. He trinkets the Asphyxiate into a DR Shockwave at 40% HP. No bubble, 1 bop coming up in 2 seconds, saved by the last. It's going to proc. Adëllah also being pressured behind the pillar here into the full Fist of Justice. No Light Cocoon. He's going to trinket immediately. Try and Chi Torpedo to LOS some of this damage, but Glorea and Inviable are on his tail. Into the DR stun. Light Cocoon comes out, but it's going to be it. 7% kill shot just needs to connect. He's in the leg sweep at 2% health, but he's going to come out. And that's the game, boys and girls. That was such a close leg sweep, though. Law actually still being pressured. No bubble. 30%. Soul Reaper's up. 38%, 20%. If he gets in the execute range, might be a cross kill here. The Shockwave lands. Execute's going to come in. Cross kill onto Law there, but Omnivore into the full fist with no trinket. Velido without any CDs is surely going to go down. 18% HP. All Inviable has to do is hit the kill shot. There's 1. There's 2. That's it. Glorea has his bubble in 5 seconds. I don't think he's going to be going down to the solo Omnivore anytime soon.
Yeah, Glorea still has his bubble available, so there's almost no chance of them losing this game. But that was crazy. I mean, he got the trap off onto Adëllah at the same time he got leg swept, and they were both kind of just sitting there. I mean, Adëllah was just sitting there waiting to die. It's kind of an interesting game.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm not sure if I nabbed that on the replay. Let's take a quick look. There's the first kill onto the Monk as he was sitting there at 2% health. But watch Law. Law is in a lot of trouble. There's the full Asphyxiate. He has Hand of Sacrifice on him, but it's just not enough for him to just stay alive with these two just melee just going at it. He gets into execute range. The Heroic Leap comes out, and they did get the cross kill, but it wasn't enough to secure the kill as the DK was already at a low health. But yeah. That's the very first game of this best of 3, and so now it is Barrage Boys' turn to choose the map.
And I wonder what map they're going to choose. I mean, looks like the Monk was the main target, so they might be choosing a Z-axis map like Blade's Edge, so he can use his teleport and his Transcendence to go from the floor to the bridge, which will make him really safe, and it might actually force them onto hitting one of the DPS. Instead of just training down Adëllah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to fix this problem with my connection if it sounds bad. Try this.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Barrage Boys does not get the map. Monk Sucks 2.0 gets the map. My bad. And the map that they actually chose was Dalaran Sewers. So let me know when you're ready, Supano. We'll just queue right up.
We can try this again. If it does something, then I'll have to unplug some things. But we can try like this. I don't know what my voice sounds like to everybody else. Is the only problem.
It cuts in and out every now and then. But other than that,
is it really, really noticeable or not?
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Let's just queue up.
Okay.
You ready?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
Alright, pressing the go button. Getting to this next map. This is a best of 3, so if Barrage Boys win another game, they will advance to round 2. Let's see, can I take a look at the bracket real quick? Yeah. So Monk Sucks 2.0 is going up against Barrage Boys in Group A right here to determine who goes to round 2. Then up next is the Boys Are Back going up against the Men Are Back. Whoa, what the heck? This is actually the first time I've ever noticed that. Did you notice that?
What?
Look at Group B.
Yeah, I saw that.
You did?
Yeah.
What the heck? So that's coming up here after this series. So stay tuned, guys. Looks like the queue has gone through, and I'll see you guys in there. It's Dollar and Sewers. What the heck? Alright, boys. It is Dollar and Sewers. This was chosen by Monk Sucks 2.0. It's a smaller map, so I guess it's going to let them connect to whomever they want to connect to easier. Who do you think they're going to go on?
I'm not sure. This map is an interesting choice. I think what Adëllah is going to be doing during this game is having his port actually in the middle of the map. And he's going to choose a side to roll onto, and if they end up jumping down, he can just easily port to the middle and get to the other side of the entire map really, really quick with one chi torpedo. So if he does the proper kiting, it's going to be really hard for them to kill Adëllah on this map, I think.
Yeah, but even so, Gloria, I think, as a rep Paladin, can take a talent that he sprints every time he judgmentses. So I'm assuming that he's going to be running with that talent. It looks like he is. So it's not going to be too hard for him to catch up, even if Adëllah does kite. But there's a stuns going out into everyone right now. Law being pressured a lot. Sacrifice comes out to try and reduce the damage. Gets purged instantly. They're killing him through the wall. He has to pop the Avenging Wrath. Saved by the Light was proc, but now the Fist of Justice onto Adëllah. He's going to Nimble Brew out of that immediately. Cheap torpedo down below and portal back up afterwards here in a second, I would believe. And Law still being pressured. Has to pop the Aura Mastery to try and play catch up into the charge stun now. Adëllah getting trapped at low HP though. Omnivore being pressured now at 50%. Has to pop the regen. Adëllah still trapped up on the bottom. He's not going to be able to play catch up. Die by the Sword is up though from Omnivore with the full asphyxia onto Law, which is going to get bopped immediately. He wants to save that bubble for later, but the double fear lands on Gloria and Inviable. Gloria with no trinket. He's going to actually bop himself out of it, maybe, I believe there. Law getting charged. Done now, still being pressured by Omnivore and Adëllah. Adëllah now into the full fist though in the center of the map, has to life cocoon the damage here, unfortunately, before Avenging Wrath comes up.
Yeah, and because of the low cooldown of Avenging Wrath, and actually Law taking a lot of damage, down to 11%, 10%, he's just dead. What just happened? Law, I'm pretty sure he had every cooldown up, and he just didn't use it. I really didn't suspect him dying there. I'm not sure if like he lagged out or there's a down goes Venriki moment or what, but
down goes Venriki moment. I like that. Yeah, I'm actually going to take a look in the replay what it is that's going on there. Let's take a look at Law. Law at the moment is at full health, though. So look at his cooldowns. He does have Pop. He does have Trinket. He does even have his Bubble. And it might be a down goes Venriki moment. If there's the double shockwave onto his DPS, he's getting swapped to lots of damage, unpeelable Blade Storm, and he ends up just going down. It might be a lag spike or something to do with that. But yes, you're right. He had every button available to him.
Yeah. So I think that's like not. I don't know. I guess they have really high damage. I guess you can sometimes catch players off guard with that.
Yeah.
Did he actually? Dilip was saying he had forbearance.
Oh, maybe he had forbearance from his bop.
Yeah, I thought he had both his bops
actually,
up.
Hunter just whispered me that he got kicked.
Oh,
he might have been both. But either way, this is a best of 3. The next map is going to determine, or the next win, I should say, is going to determine who goes to the next round and advances.
Dmachine, can you read Skype for a second? I just want to know if it's possible to do this.
Let's see.
I just want to like relog and turn off some things, and because take
your
it's
time,
lagging.
man.
The game is lagging really bad too.
Yeah,
I think it's because of that. I'm just gonna do this really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Should be back in less than 3 minutes.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Let's see here. So that is going to be 1-1 Monk Sucks 2.0 versus Barrage Boys. So that means that it is Barrage Boys' turn to choose the map. And the map that has been chosen by Barrage Boys is Tolvaron Arena. But we're not going to be jumping into it just yet. We're going to fix some technical difficulties. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be jumping right back into the game shortly. But Tolvaron Arena, what do you think about that map, Ben?
I think... I'm not sure. I feel like it doesn't really provide that big of an advantage to either team, to be honest with you. I mean, the Monk's going to still have really good porting. If he's playing in the middle of the map, he can cross the map, and I feel like Adëllah is really the only target they're going to kill. It's really hard to kill a Death Knight and a Warrior, especially with the Monk healing, and they're really... I don't know. I think the Ret Paladin is just going to be trained down the entire game by this TSG. So I think we're going to see sort of a similar game, and I don't know how much this map is actually going to play into it.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, what's up, man? I feel like Tolvaron will allow this... do you think the TSG has an advantage in late game? I mean, with the Monk's mana problems that he's been having, do they even have that advantage still, or what do you think?
Well, I think maybe the first game he might have been healing a little bit inefficient and doesn't realize that his mana was going to be a problem, you know? So
right.
If he plays a little bit more conservatively, it won't actually be that big of an issue. And the first game, the Holy Pally, what's his name? Law?
Law,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, Law. Law's mana was actually not that great either. He was down to around 20% when that game ended. So, I mean, both teams taking a lot of damage under a lot of pressure. Very healer intensive, or very mana intensive for these healers.
If the Red Hunter is going to be tunneling Adëllah, they can also put like trap on his port. So if he kites to the center of the map and then tends to port back, then he gets trapped, they catch up, and then he dies, kind of thing. If they choose to go that way, it seems so weird to see Red Hunter going after the Monk so hard, but it might end up being the best way when they have a Paladin on their team. But I would like to see them try and play more standard, though. I don't know if rushing down the Monk is necessarily the only way they can win, but they did get died by the sword and regen from Omnivore last game. Unfortunately, Law, as we were pointed out, got kicked and couldn't bubble, so...
Alright, well, the next game is going to determine who advances to round 2. It's going to be on Tolvaron Arena. I don't think they got... Oh, one team got the Cupid, did not accept it, so that's what we're waiting on.
Okay.
There it is, and I'm going to press the go button again.
Go, gadget, Q-pop.
There it is. I think this is the right thing. Yep, there it is. Okay. So the next map, guys, is on Tolvaron Arena. I'll see you guys in there. Alright, gents, it's Tolvaron Arena. It's 1-1. The next game is going to determine who goes to round 2 and advances. It's going to be intense. I really like the Holy Paladin choice from Barrage Boys, though. I think that being being capable of changing your comp like that is definitely something needed to win such a unforgiving bracket like this.
Well, I think it was at BlizzCon when Sharpstorm was fighting Uven, and he switched to Shaman.
Yeah.
And ran double Shaman just to try and get some... I mean...
No, it wasn't against us. It was against the European God comp.
Yeah. I think it's actually good to do that. Like, if you can play the other spec as well as you play your main spec, you should at least try, because Holy Paladin is definitely probably the strongest healer against TSG, outside of maybe Mistweaver Monk. But early shockwaves landed, and they asphyxiate onto Law. Gloria popping the Avenging Wrath. Law being pressured with that recklessness, though. They are chunking Omnivore. Adëllah does manage to get the Life Cocoon before he's trapped. And Binding Shot onto Vellito. He's going to actually Icebound Fortitude out of that. They could swap to him here, as it is up at 60% HP, activates the Blood Presence. Both Omnivore and Vellito being pressured pretty hard, but Adëllah still escapes that opening burst with his Trinket intact, and he will have the Life Cocoon up for the next Murder of Crows round in a minute here. Law still being pressured into the charge stun. Death Grip to the center of the map. He's trying to kite back over and get away from both of these melee DPS. Now the Fist of Justice onto Adëllah. Omnivore being pressured really hard. Activates the regen, throws the Shockwave out. Inviable trinkets the Shockwave into a full fear. Maybe got bopped out of there. I'm not sure how that broke so instantly. Maybe the disease broke it, but Law still being pressured. He gets sacked by Glorea. He actually sacked the Incapacitate from Adëllah, so it's going to break immediately now into the half leg sweep. Fists of Justice onto Omnivore, but Law still getting pressured so hard at 30% HP. Saved by the light procs into the Shockwave. shockwave. Trinkets immediately. Freedoms tries to kite across the map. If he gets locked out, it could be the game. 20% in execute range, and you're not bubbling. You have balls of steel, and you're running like a madman. 13% HP. Omnivore just got connect 1%. And I swear to God.
I actually can't believe that just happened. Yeah, that was a little bit greedy out of Law. I mean, he managed to get away with it. But Omnivore taking so much damage here. Adëllah into the trap. Rallying Cry does come out. Down around 50%. The Monk Bubble does come out onto Omnivore. Hopefully Adëllah can get some healing on him. He looks like he is going to get top, but that was a lot of pressure on the Omnivore there, and Adëllah had to use that Monk Bubble. And Gloria's actually, that was without wings. So Gloria's going to have wings in around 22 seconds, and that's going to be their kill opportunity when Adëllah doesn't have that bubble available.
Yeah, and he does have Nimble for the fist. They're trying to bait it here with a swap, but he's not nimble at it, and he's actually getting chunked to 42%, 60% portals immediate. Gloria actually bubbling here. A little bit unsure as to why. Now the Fist of Justice onto Omnivore, as well as the Binding Shot. Law's going to bubble as well. Full trap onto Adëllah. No trinket, as we were saying. Omnivore activates both of his main defensives. He's going for a shatter on the bubble of Law. He's going to pop that shield wall on Freedom, try and kite away, but Omnivore can't afford to chase him back there. He has to stay in the center, in line of sight of Adëllah, or he surely will go down with almost no cooldowns other than his trinket left. Now the Fist of Justice onto Adëllah. He's going to Nimble Brew immediately, spamming out the Soothing Mist, activates the Aura Mastery. Doesn't manage to fake any interrupts with it, though. Omnivore finally heroically being onto Law, but he gets explosive trapped away. The full stun comes out onto Law. No trinket. He bops it immediately. Recklessness Bladestorm getting negated here. Velito trying to purge it off here shortly, but not going to be able to purge off the bop, which means Omnivore's Recklessness was almost wasted.
Yeah, and Law actually doesn't have any bops or bubbles left. Gloria has one bop available for him, so these swaps, if they're able to just train him down, I mean, if this team of Barrage Boys can't counterpressure Monk Sucks enough, they're just going to be able to train Law, and he's just taking so much damage, down to around 30%, save all the light procs, down to 20%. They just have one bop available. Forbearance almost up. He might just die before Forbearance, and he does die. I actually think the Forbearance came off, and he might have been able to get bopped at the last second, but they just didn't have enough counterpressure to force them off their Holy Paladin, and well, there's not much they can do.
Yeah. I mean, Omnivore was getting pressured a lot. He had to stay in the center of the map, but then the full stun comes up, and Omnivore's like, I don't care, I'm going in now, and Law just gets pressured so hard every time asphyxiates up.
I want to take a quick look at that replay. I wanted to see what it is that Law had to work with at the very end there. It got so close. He got the double shockwave off, and he's just sitting so low. That is saved by the light procking right there. That did save him in that stun. He gets the Hodge up, but he gets the spell. Oh, it's actually trinketed instantly, and the Heroic Leap execute falls onto Law. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was such a close game, and shout out to both of those players, both of those teams.